Hi guys, how's it going? It's me, Brian from Pangaea Retreat. I just wanted to say hello and have a little chat with you guys about something I've been thinking about for a while now. I'm on the outskirts of Johannesburg and it's very, very sunny, as you can tell. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning and I try to hike up this one. I hiked up this big hill to try and catch the sunrise over Johannesburg, but I was too late, so I missed it. But it's still beautiful, still a beautiful day. So something I wanted to talk about today is something kind of close to my heart, and something that it's gaining massive traction out there in the world, and that's wellness and the wellness lifestyle. Now, I know a lot of us out there will be quite familiar with wellness and the wellness lifestyle and the principles, and I think most of us will at least have heard of wellness, because like I say, it is gaining massive attention, within the mainstream, which is great, because I think, people are learning more about it and paying more attention to it and realizing that it's quite valuable and quite important in our lives. So to define wellness as it's been defined technically within the industry and within the lifestyle in general is wellness is those activities and those ethics and those practices that we bring into our lives on a personal level to ensure that we stay healthy. The key word is preventative. So we try and do these various activities and these practices to keep ourselves healthy, to keep ourselves feeling well physically, mentally, emotionally, and and in a broader sense, as we'll find out. So the key word within the wellness industry is preventative. So we do these activities to prevent getting sick and to keep ourselves healthy and to keep ourselves in shape. Whereas the opposite of that, the counterpart of that is the medical industry, and we're obviously very familiar with that. You go to the doctor after you feel sick. Once you've got sick or once you're not healthy, and once things have perhaps gone wrong physically or mentally, even emotionally. So that's just a quick difference there between the wellness lifestyle and the medical curative lifestyle, as it were. So and then what I'd like to talk about is just how I feel wellness is, and what it means to me, and how I think about it, and how I try and apply it, on a personal level. And that is so obviously wellness starts on the personal level. So we need to get our bodies well, and we need to get our minds well, and we need to look after ourselves, and how we do that is through a good healthy diet, a clean diet, as it were, with minimal processed food, and plenty of fruit and veg and nuts and seeds, and all this food that we know instinctually is healthy for us, on a physical level. And also and to exercise. Exercise is so important, and again, we know this because it's been we've been learning about it since we were babies. The importance of movement. Just we need to I feel like in the wellness lifestyle, we make conscious decisions to move every day, something, just a nice walk or a jog or a run, or the gym, or things like CrossFit, and yoga is massively in the spotlight within the wellness industry, because yoga has tons and tons and tons of benefits, which I've spoken about it in a previous video. But just doing something every day, just to get our bodies moving, just to get them working, because they're supposed to move. Our bodies are our vehicles to move through life, and we're supposed to keep them well tuned. I mean, often I've heard comparisons drawn between, people will spend thousands on a brand new car, but you ask them why they don't buy you know organic food or superfoods, and it's because it's too expensive. You'll buy a gorgeous brand new car, but you won't spend money on good food. It's bananas. So so we go out of our way to eat healthy and to do all this exercise and to keep our bodies well. And then what happens is, once you feel well, and your body feels well, you tend to start thinking about yourself in a more positive light, and you tend to have more positive thoughts going through your head, not only about yourself but about other people. You start to feel happier. And we all know those people that when we know someone who's really happy and is well, they're great to be around, and they inspire us, and we love to see them, because there's always these good vibes. There's always this excitement about life, and you know the adventure that life is. And I think it becomes very, very difficult when you're not well, when you're feeling ill or you're feeling down or low on energy. It's very difficult to be excited about life. And you know that excitement needs to, into order to have a full life, that excitement needs to bubble over, you know, out from you on your personal level to those around you. You know, so you know, when you're feeling well, even if you don't have a job that you like, when you're feeling well, you do that job better because you're happier. And when you're in a happy mindset, you just do things better because you're happy to do them, because you know, you appreciate them more, and you're happy to put yourself out there more, you know. So I think this is why it's crucial to get ourselves well, and to live within the, you know, the wellness paradigm and the principles and the ethics. But you know, and the point, of course, is to share what you learn and your experiences through life. And when you're living this wellness lifestyle, you know, I love to talk about it. The people that know me personally, I love talking about wellness and doing and all these different things that I do for my body and my and my soul and my mind, to make myself feel good, you know. It's all about the positivity, and you put the positive food into your body, you do the positive exercise, you read the positive books, you hang out with the positive people, and everything becomes good, you know. And that's the wellness lifestyle on a personal level. But what I'd like to a little bit more, what I'd like to talk about now is how I think about wellness as well on a larger scale, and how being well and getting ourselves well on a personal level extends. You know, that starts to radiate out from us, so we hopefully start to make better decisions about all the other aspects of our lives. You know, and a vital bit of energy that we have is our money. You know, where we spend our money. You know, if we're buying cheap, substandard products, whether it's food or clothing or technology, or we're spending cheap, but you know, little bit of money on our house, and we're buying the cheap products, which we know, we're beginning to learn now across all those aspects, you know, technology and construction and clothing and food. You know, if you buy cheap, you get cheap, and then it doesn't last long, and it's not good for your body, and it's not good for the environment. You know, we're buying cheap clothes that are being, you know, manufactured in unethical ways, and somewhere someone's suffering. You know, I mean, I believe if you're buying cheap stuff, you're suffering, because you know the product or the food that you're buying is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, so you're wasting your money. But then you know, further down the line, the ripple effect, you know, when you're buying cheap, poorly made products that are very possibly affecting the environment somewhere else, you know, in another country, it's affecting the environment negatively and destroying the environment. And you know, we should know now, we can't live without the environment. You know, without the environment, we're dead. So you know, when you're buying cheap products, you're telling the manufacturers, I'm happy to buy these cheap products. Then the manufacturers will keep making cheap products, and they will keep exploiting the environment, and they'll keep exploiting the people that are doing the labor to make the product. So we can, you know, if it's clothing or food, so we can eat it and throw it away and not care about it and not think about it again. And you know, I think as more and more investigations are happening, and we're, and obviously with thanks to the internet for spreading this information about what's happening in other places away from us, I think, you know, we are starting to become more aware of our impact, you know, our footprint. You know, if I spend my money, you know, I'd like to think I'm really trying to spend my money in the right place, knowing that money will go to someone good who's doing something good, and his money will go there, and it's a ripple effect, you know. So in my life, and with what I'm doing with my life and how I'm moving forward, I always try and think about that, and I try and learn more about everything that's going on around me. You know, it's a big task, but you know, if you can't be informed, you know, you can't make your best decisions. And I think that is wellness as well. You know, you start to make better decisions for yourself and for your family and for your community and your city and your countries and eventually the planet. And I think that's the point. I think we should all get ourselves well, get ourselves happy on a physical level, feel good. You know, if you feel good, you do good, you think good, you say good, and then those are little, you know, ripples. That's a ripple effect, and then the people around you start to feel better, and when they see you feeling good and doing good and having a good life and having a well life, they want some of that. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to feel happy, you know. So I think that's the point. You know, that's that's the mindset I have when I think about wellness and the wellness lifestyle and the wellness industry as well, because that's important. I think it's the real change maker, I think, on the planet, and it'll ripple effect out, and then everything, like I've mentioned before, like all industries will become well and they'll become ecological, because it's what we'll demand. When we feel better, it's what we want. We don't want to feel good ourselves, but then you know use our money to buy something that is making someone else feel bad because they're being exploited, or the environment's being exploited. So that's kind of how I think about wellness, and I hope it makes sense. um, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have learned something. I hope it's given you something to think about, and I would love to hear your thoughts and your ideas, and maybe some things that you do in your life to kind of align yourself with the wellness paradigm. And thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. It's getting cooking hot in South Africa, and I hope you have a banging day wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.